He-Man goes for the shark. He-Man can't handle the impact. And He-Man gets plowed. Oh, they're gonna need a bigger boat. The battle for survival in the junkyard continues as we edge ever closer to the main event. Welcome to Junkyard Joust, everybody. I'm Aaron Yonda. We've got an action-packed joust for you tonight. Let's take a look at the competitors. You've seen a couple of these teams before, but they've got all new members. Mr. Maroon, War Pigs, and Industrial Accidents are all back. Two new teams, Jousters of the Universe and Shark Attack. Let's get this thing rolling. First up, it's gonna be Ram Man for Jousters of the Universe, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. The randomly determined running order is up. Ram Man takes his place down at the end of the track. Got that little thing on the back of the car that should prevent any undercutting. Let's see how that plays out. Up first for Mr. Maroon, it's the 40 Ford two-door, sponsored by Stump's Tree Farm. The Ford hits the back of Ram Man and has a bad bounce backwards, flips over sideways on the track. As you know, if you're sideways or upside down at the end of the round, you are eliminated. Up first for Shark Attack, it's the Sea Rescue Boat, sponsored by Mr. Strathholm. The Sea Rescue Boat smacks into the back of that Ford, flips it off the track sideways. Does not look good for it. Ram Man is in trouble. First up for the Industrial Accident, Speed Dozer. Speed Dozer mangles Ram Man, tries to flip the Sea Rescue Boat over, but the rescue boat is not flipping, and Dozer goes over instead. And the accidents cannot be happy about this. Next up, it's the War Pigs. This team is sponsored by Mr. Farrier's Class. Thank you all for sponsoring. First up is going to be the Military Jeep. The Jeep blasts into the Dozer, but then goes off the track and goes upside down itself, almost certainly eliminated. And looking at the track right now, there's just one vehicle that is actually surviving. Here comes Evil Lynn for the Jousters of the Universe, sponsored by Crow and Turtles Mini Painting. Evil Lynn smashes the boat into the crates. It goes flying over on top of the fence. Can't see if it survived or not. Oh, wow, look at that. The boat somehow flipped over right side up on that fence and actually recovered. Unbelievable. 83 Custom Corvette, sponsored by Mr. Bobo. The Custom Corvette punches Evil Lynn. Can't get that heavy truck off the track, and now it's curbside. Opportunity here for Shark Hammer 2.0, sponsored by Judy Collins. Shark Hammer hammers off the Corvette, but the Corvette makes a great recovery. Evil Lynn, though, not so much. Turns sideways and lands on top of her teammate. She is going to be out if she stays in that position. Look at that Corvette's windshield. I don't know what's going on with that thing, but it didn't seem to hurt it. This season, Industrial Accidents is sponsored by Dim Bulb. Thank you, Dim Bulb. Street Cleaver's up first, 41 grams. This thing's got a nasty blade on it. Street Cleaver cleaves Shark 2.0, and that thing just goes flipping and flying off the track, lands upside down, and now we've got another elimination, and we haven't seen anything like this for quite a while. Cars are just falling one by one. Here comes the Humvee for War Pigs, sponsored by Swedenborg's Smorgasbord. The Humvee bounces off the back of Street Cleaver, but manages to do some damage in the meantime and almost escaped the track. Not quite enough, though. Could still take a dangerous hit right here. It's going to be from Skeletor, sponsored by Kieran Shelton. Skeletor pops the Humvee off the track completely, and the Humvee goes sideways on one of his own teammates. Not a good result there, and Street Cleaver not able to make a recovery. Good hit by Skeletor. Here comes a beat-up old car for Mr. Maroon, the Blown Camaro, sponsored by Dr. Gonzo. The Camaro annihilates Skeletor, bounces him off the safety rail, and just flips him straight upside down off the track. Yet another casualty in this match. These cars are just merciless today. Here's a brand new team, Shark Attack, sponsored by TJG. You shut up when Pink Floyd is playing. Shark Cruiser's up first, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. Shark Cruiser, ooh, wow, nice hit there, but the Blown Camaro bounces back and kicks the shark farther down the track. Hits him right in the nose. That can't feel good. And that shark is way back. Here comes Road Scraper to try to clean up the track a little bit, sponsored by Winnebago Trauma Clinic. Road Scraper doesn't do a whole lot of scraping, but does push Shark Cruiser up to the front of the track, and now we got a little traffic jam going on. Next up for the War Pigs, the heaviest vehicle on the track in quite some time, 153 grams, sponsored by Tim the Bear Neal. Not as dramatic of a hit as you might have expected from Half Track. It does some damage though. Camaro's upside down, kind of slides in there. Definitely going to be a challenge to get that thing off the track though. Here comes He-Man for the Jousters, sponsored by Chome. He-Man cannot handle the impact on the back of Half Track, and he goes flying off the whole track, but makes a nice recovery right side up. Not a whole lot of recoveries happening this round. Nice to see that. Introducing the new look for Mr. Maroon. It's a much more beat-up looking team, but they're also veterans. Here comes Firebird Funny Car, sponsored by Ellis Wertenberger. Firebird Funny Car can't get under Half Track. Got some problems maybe with the front wheels there. Doesn't look like they're moving too well, but it's heavy enough to get down there, and it's going to be fairly difficult to get it off the track. I think Hammer Down has a shot, though, with that undercutter on there, sponsored by Hasty Productions. Hammer Down, Rabbit Ears. The Funny Car goes flying right off the track. That was a great undercut, but the Shark could not continue to go. Stops at Half Track. No movement there. If there were any ramped vehicles on the track, Tractor Plow would have their number. Sponsored by Hey Hey's Hatchback Hanger. Tractor Plow does a good job of plowing Hammer Down off the track, but Hammer Down slides off the dozer and makes a pretty great recovery. Tractor Plow locks it in on the track. I hope he's got it locked pretty tightly because 6x6 tracks coming down the tracks, sponsored by Sicken. Wow, those cars really are locked on there. That is a heavy vehicle, and it just bounces right off the track into safety, so not a bad hit, but not what I expected to happen with such a heavy vehicle. And here you can see the full team of Jousters of the Universe. We've got good and evil on the same team. I don't know how He-Man did it. Motu Wind Raider, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Motu Wind Raider wafts into place behind the Tractor Plow. Looks to me like the slightest gust of wind could send that thing flying. Gonna be a little bit more powerful than wind though. Street Scorcher, sponsored by Chemical Knight. Street Scorcher can't get Motu Wind Raider off the track. I really thought he'd be able to do that, but somehow the line stayed solid and absorbed the force. Here comes a little Shark Bite, sponsored by Woeful Fiber Art. Shark Bite gnashes its teeth on the back of Street Scorcher. Can't get much to happen except Street Scorcher goes curbside. And now Shark Bite is going to get rolled over by Road Roller, sponsored by Sloss Automotive Sachet and Buffet for the accidents. Road Roller knocks Shark Bite off the track, almost gets Street Scorcher off the track too, goes kind of high up in the air there. That's a precarious position to be in there for the Road Roller. Rocket Tank for the War Pig, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Rocket Tank rams Road Roller right off the track. Road Roller goes over, and Rocket Tank has no balance, a little bit top heavy, and just flips sideways. And he's going to be out of the match. He was the final car for this round, and that was some serious devastation. 14 out of the 25 cars were eliminated in this round. Incredible. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Eliminations were spread pretty equally across the board here. Shark Attack, the only team with 3 left. Everybody else has 2. Maybe they don't need a bigger boat after all. Well, if you like racing, we've got a bit of an arms race going on here in the junkyard. Baby Cookie has mounted the missile and is ready.
I hope this helps.
To protect the junkyard. I don't know if that missile will help against the sharks. Here comes the Sea Rescue Boat. Had an eventful round last time. Running order is up. The boat has taken its place. Just He-Man and the Motu Wind Raider left for Jousters. Wind Raider up now. Wind Raider slaps that Sea Rescue Boat off the track. The Sea Rescue Boat handles it flawlessly. Here comes the heavy one, Half Track for the pigs. Half Track, a surprisingly gentle tap on the back of the Wind Raider. Not necessarily a bad ploy, though, if it ever has to go up against any ramped vehicles. Back in Season 2, Industrial Accidents made it into the finals, in large part because of helicopter transport, which they don't have right now on the team, so it remains to be seen whether this team can do as well. Wind Raider gets tossed off the track and goes upside down because of that hit from Road Scraper. Mr. Maroon also visited the finals back in Season 1. They have not done it again since then. Could this be their season as the Corvette slams into place and locks it in? Gonna have to take a hit from the serious undercutter ability of Hammer Down. Hammer Down does get under, but it's not decisive, and the Corvette just slides off a little bit. Still a little precarious. Gonna be a pretty heavy hit here from He-Man. He-Man knocks both cars off the track, tries to attack that shark, but can't finish him off, and the shark goes off to the left and survives, as does the Corvette. Good stability on both of these cars. Some of you may remember 6x6 track in the head-to-head joust competition. He's got a new paint job and been repaired. Took some serious damage in that competition. As he slams into He-Man, and Road Scraper is taken off the track. Cannot get half track off, and He-Man squished between those two heavy vehicles. I think Warpigs might have a good strategy here. Here comes Tractor Plow. Tractor Plow cannot get anywhere against the back of that heavy vehicle, goes curbside. Here comes Street Scorcher. Street Scorcher, whoa, did you see that? Somehow, Tractor Plow stayed on the track, the line of cars was solid, and half track actually got booted and taken down by He-Man. Incredible, I did not think that thing was coming off the track that easily. Great hit there. Shark Cruiser. Shark Cruiser cannot get Street Scorcher off the track, flips around, does some acrobatics, and he is the final car for this round. Very different result than round one. Only 3 vehicles eliminated this time, but no teams eliminated, so all 5 still in it. We go until there are only 3 teams left. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Jousters lost 1, Maroon stayed at 2, Shark Attack stayed at 2, Industrial and Warpigs both lost 1. Shark Attack with a solid lead, but it's anybody's match with these other 4 teams. Starting us off is going to be the Sea Rescue Boat for Shark Attack. Running order determined randomly, except for cars that have more vehicles left than the other ones, they automatically start at the top of the list. Mr. Maroon not looking too bad right here with 2 cars left. Corvette. Corvette hits that boat, pushes it right off the track. This is a great strategy by that rescue boat, just getting off the track and staying right side up every time. Hard to eliminate that thing. 6x6 track for the Warpigs. The Corvette withstands that heavy hit with amazing finesse. Just a stable car, so stable that now 6x6 is curbside and in danger. Does He-Man have the power to take out 6x6 track? He-Man does it? Or does he? I actually have no idea if that vehicle is out or not. He-Man shanks him, gets him off the track, and he rolls around on his rear. Tough to say whether that is beyond 45 degrees or not. If it stays like that, we'll do a measurement at the end of the round and see if that vehicle is out. If it is, that'll be the end of Warpigs. Here comes Tractor Plow, gotta stay alive. He-Man gets plowed right off the track by Tractor Plow, upside down, slides off of the Corvette. What a hit by Tractor Plow, and that might have just cinched Industrial Accident's chances of making it to the main event. He's got to survive a hit from Hammer Down, though. Hammer Down gets under Tractor Plow. Tractor Plow is flipped and rolls off the side and goes upside down. That means right now, potentially, we've got 3 teams that have just been eliminated. All in the same round. We've still got 2 cars left. Let's see what happens. Street Scorcher. Street Scorcher pushes Hammer Down underneath that Corvette, but the Corvette remains stable. No eliminations on that hit. Last chance for Shark Cruiser here to get some eliminations for Shark Attack. Shark Cruiser bounces off the back of Street Scorcher, and that is it for this round, folks. Jousters of the Universe and Industrial Accidents are confirmed out right now, but what about the Warpigs? After the controversy with Tim the Toolman, the officials created a 45-degree angle measuring tool. It's a big rusty piece of metal, and judging by that rusty piece of metal, 6x6 track is beyond the 45-degree angle. Looks about like a 60-degree angle to me. And if 6x6 is out, what we've got, folks, potentially is a 3-way tie. Let's take a look at the aftermath. There you can see Shark Attack and Mr. Maroon going on to the main event, but these other 3 teams are in limbo. Taking a look at the point totals, you can see they all have exactly the same amount of points. They all had the same amount of cars throughout each round. So what happens now? Well, these two teams are moving on, but the other three are going to have a special runoff. We will do that in the very next episode. All three teams will compete again to see who wins. And guess what else is going to happen in that runoff? We're going to have an additional runoff. Crimson Crashers and Tool Time have agreed to face off against each other to decide who will make it to the main event because of that questionable call on Tim's vehicle. Both teams have agreed that this is the most sensible way to settle this controversy. And the most fun. That'll be happening after the next qualifier, and oh no, the Borg has hijacked the tank from War Pigs, and now we've got a real standoff going on out on the field. The Borg, Baby Cookie, each with a missile. This won't end well. Where is Picard? The main event is coming up. Here are all the teams right now that have qualified for the main event. As you can see, it's going to be a wild ride. Junkyard Joust is sponsored entirely by my patrons. Patreon.com/JunkyardJoust is the place. Please support this show. I'm building new sets and buying new cars all the time, and I appreciate your support. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.